of Savage in 12 O'Clock High is the most satisfying I've ever played. Savage is an exceptional personality who dares to be all things to 12 men. They're heading for the high squadron.
Underrated, great World War II movies.
Hey, nobody said anything about slapping his 30 caliber machine gun all over the country. I'll make you $50 if you carry the machine gun, huh? Fire! Fire! I thought you said 3.
War movies have a strange fascination to some of us. Ugly, but beautiful at the same time. We saw the worst and best of humanity in war, and the movies made about them, evoking strong emotions like pride and disgust. Today, we will take a look at some now underrated and somewhat forgotten World War II war movies. I grew up on these, so I am familiar with them. How about you? If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it.
Bomb group. I want to see my client win its case. Does that answer what you had in mind?
The Thin Red Line, 1998. Adaptation of James Jones' autobiographical 1962 novel, focusing on the conflict at Guadalcanal during the Second World War. A huge ensemble cast. Most of Adrian Brody's scenes were cut from the film, and he wasn't aware of these changes until he saw the film at the premiere. Brody came to the premiere expecting to see himself as the lead character, and was shocked when he saw that he was barely featured in the film, especially since Corporal Fife was the central character in the novel on which the movie was based. Enemy at the Gate, 2001. A Russian and a German sniper play a game of cat and mouse during the Battle of Stalingrad. Jude Law and Ed Harris were cast largely on the expressiveness of their eyes. They were frequently called to convey emotions without saying a word. The film depicts Zaitsev as a bit of an unschooled simpleton from some backwater part of the country, but who knew how to shoot a rifle. In reality, Zaitsev was an educated man and had worked for 5 years as an accountant in the Russian Navy, stationed in the Pacific before joining the army. Kelly's Heroes, 1970. A group of US soldiers sneaks across enemy lines to get their hands on a secret stash of Nazi gold. The movie was mainly filmed in Yugoslavia because the Yugoslavian army still had a large quantity of Sherman tanks in 1970. There is a nod to Clint Eastwood's spaghetti westerns in The Standoff with the Tiger Tank, a tongue-in-cheek remake of The Ending of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly, 1966, right down to a similar musical score and the overdubbing of the sound, non-existent jangling spurs.
I need about 60 feet of bridge.
Listen, kid, they haven't got your back in a nut wart again, have they?
I don't need you. 60 feet of bridge I can pick up almost anywhere. Schmuck.
All right. I need at least 100 guys.
Lifeboat, 1944. Several survivors of a torpedoed merchant ship in World War II find themselves in the same lifeboat with one of the crew members of the U-boat that sank their ship. The harsh conditions of the shoot took its toll. Actors and actresses were soaked with water and oil, which led to 2 cases of pneumonia for Tallulah Bankhead, an illness for Mary Anderson, and 2 cracked ribs for Hume Cronin. According to his autobiography, production was temporarily halted twice to allow the recovery of the cast. The Eagle has landed, 1976.
Thing about me. Because if you did, you'd know that I much prefer a warm autumn afternoon under the pines.
Millions have read the book. Now an international cast brings dramatically to life.
A German plot to kidnap Sir Winston Churchill unfolds at the height of World War II. Michael Caine was originally offered the role of Devlin, but did not want to play an IRA member, and requested to play Steiner instead. A funny thing about having a small stunt team: one of the German soldiers shoots and kills the driver of an American Jeep, so it crashes into the pond. Both the German and the driver of the Jeep were played by the same stuntman. He kills himself, so to speak. Battle of the Bulge, 1965, a dramatisation of Nazi Germany's final Western Front counterattack of World War II. The film was denounced by former President and Supreme Allied Commander in Europe during World War II, Dwight D. Eisenhower, soon after its release in a press conference, due to its glaring historical inaccuracies. The film makes it seem like the battle only lasted a few days. In reality, it lasted just over a month. "12 O'Clock High", 1949. A hard-as-nail general, Gregory Peck, as General Savage, takes over a B-17 bomber unit, suffering from low morale, and whips them into fighting shape. This film is frequently cited by surviving bomber crew members as the only accurate depiction from Hollywood of their life during the war. The B-17 bomber crash landing at the airstrip near the beginning of the movie was not a special effect. Stunt pilot Paul Mantz was paid $4,500 to crash land the bomber. That would amount to $53,600 today. Mantz, of course, walked away from the wreck. Until the 1970s, that was the largest amount paid to a stuntman for a single stunt. Sink the Bismarck, 1960. The World War II story of the Royal Navy's effort to defeat Nazi Germany's most powerful warship. In the final battle, Bismarck was alone against 13 Allied ships, an aircraft carrier, 2 battleships, 3 cruisers and 7 destroyers. Kenneth More was offered the Guns of Navarone 1961 because of his work in this movie. However, he lost the part due to his drunken behaviour at the award ceremony.
Great heavens, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and I asked you out to dinner.
We could always make it breakfast, couldn't we?
The Big Red One, 1980. A hardened sergeant and the 4 core members of his infantry unit tried to survive World War II as they moved from battle to battle throughout Europe. Director Samuel Fuller served in World War II. He was a member of the Big Red One, and many of the moments in the movie are based on his own experiences. According to film historian Richard Snickle, the scene in which the sergeant, Lee Marvin, is wounded is a recreation of how Marvin was wounded in real life as a Marine in the Pacific. As in the film, Marvin was shot in the buttocks, a la Forrest Gump, and collapsed to his knees. The Dam Busters, 1955. Drama based on the bombing by the RAF to destroy 6 dams in Germany during World War II. According to Richard Todd's autobiography, the scene that upset him most during filming was the finale, when his character, Guy Gibson, goes off to write letters to the families of the killed men on the raid. Todd, a paratrooper combat veteran of World War II, had written such letters for real. The scene brought it all back for him. Hello to any new and existing viewers on my channel. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Hit the notification bell to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel. The link is in the description. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
You fools! Stop thinking of yourselves! Think of the boat!
Interesting facts about famous people. Interesting facts about famous people.